We start with the blue and white logo of Guiding Eyes for the Blind. We see a close-up of a colorful bouquet of tulips. Guiding Eyes for the Blind presents the graduating class of April 2018. First we have Angel and her yellow lab, Nola, walking briskly down an urban sidewalk. At the White Plains entrance, Angel squats down and Nola seems to be whispering a secret in her ear. The new team has just exited the side of the Guiding Eyes van and are heading down a path. From behind, we see Angel and Nola entering into the revolving door. Nola leads Angel down the path as they head towards two orange cones. Congratulations, Nola's Razors, the boy family. Here we have April and her black lab, Kava, walking down a sidewalk along a white building. At the White Plains entrance, April leans forward and wraps her arms around Kava's neck. Kava happily has her tongue hanging out as April crouches next to her in Alumni Hall. On a warm spring day, from their right, we see April and Kava walking down a city sidewalk. In Alumni Hall, April has Kava's attention as she holds up a big orange ball. Congratulations to Kava's Razors, Becky Biggs, Barbara Keys, and the Clark family. This is David and his yellow lab, Jif, walking along the edge of a pathway on a chilly day. Here David and Jif have just stepped off the sidewalk and are starting to cross a city street. On a warm day, the two successfully navigate around cones and obstacles on the path. Here we see David taking a break, sitting in a chair at the training school with Jif at his feet. Here the new team makes their way down a busy city sidewalk as the trainer holds the support leash. Congratulations, Jif's Razors, Susan and Lorenzo Bacciarelli. Here we see James and his German Shepherd Fletcher with trees, bushes, and cones to their left. James and Fletcher navigate around construction barriers on a busy city street. On a warm sunny day, James and Fletcher walk confidently down the pavement. In a close-up, Fletcher looks handsome in harness, looking out from under James's chair. From a distance, we see Fletcher leading James through a wide intersection with city buildings behind them. Congratulations, Fletcher's Razors, the McNulty family. Here we have Jasmine and her black lab, Lenny, walking across a wide area of pavement in front of a building. Jasmine and Lenny walk down a path with their trainer on a chilly day. At the entrance, we start with the blue and white logo of Guiding Eyes for the Blind. We see a close-up of a colorful bouquet of tulips. Guiding Eyes for the Blind presents the graduating class of April 2018. First we have Angel and her yellow lab, Nola, walking briskly down an urban sidewalk. At the White Plains entrance, Angel squats down and Nola seems to be whispering a secret in her ear. The new team has just exited the side of the Guiding Eyes van and are heading down a path. From behind, we see Angel and Nola entering into the revolving door. Nola leads Angel down the path as they head towards two orange cones. Congratulations, Nola's Razors, the boy family. Here we have April and her black lab, Kava, walking down a sidewalk along a white building. At the White Plains entrance, April leans forward and wraps her arms around Kava's neck. Kava happily has her tongue hanging out as April crouches next to her in Alumni Hall. On a warm spring day, from their right, we see April and Kava walking down a city sidewalk. In Alumni Hall, April has Kava's attention as she holds up a big orange ball. Congratulations to Kava's Razors, Becky Biggs, Barbara Keys, and the Clark family. This is David and his yellow lab, Jif, walking along the edge of a pathway on a chilly day. Here David and Jif have just stepped off the sidewalk and are starting to cross a city street. On a warm day, the two successfully navigate around cones and obstacles on the path. Here we see David taking a break, sitting in a chair at the training school with Jif at his feet. Here the new team makes their way down a busy city sidewalk as the trainer holds the support leash. Congratulations, Jif's racers, Susan and Lorenzo Bacciarelli. Here we see James and his German Shepherd Fletcher with trees, bushes, and cones to their left. James and Fletcher navigate around construction barriers on a busy city street. On a warm, sunny day, James and Fletcher walk confidently down the pavement. In a close-up, Fletcher looks handsome in harness, looking out from under James's chair. From a distance, we see Fletcher leading James through a wide intersection with city buildings behind them. Congratulations, Fletcher's racers, the McNulty family. Here we have Jasmine and her black lab, Lenny, walking across a wide area of pavement in front of a building. Jasmine and Lenny walk down a path with their trainer on a chilly day. At the entrance to the White Plains facility, Jasmine leans down and pats Lenny. In this close-up, we see Lenny looking very confident, standing next to Jasmine in harness. Here Lenny leads Jasmine as they exit out the revolving door. Congratulations, Lenny's raiser, April Crayson. This is Jimmy and his black lab, Pete, who just successfully negotiated the orange cones. We see Jimmy and Pete walking towards us down a sidewalk in an urban area. From behind, we see Pete looking up at Jimmy as they enter into the revolving door at the training school. From their front left side, we see Jimmy and Pete in the middle of a crosswalk going through a busy street. On a sunny day, we see Jimmy and Pete walking across the pavement with their trainer who has the support leash. Congratulations, Pete's racers, the Katie Cox family. Now we have Jim and his yellow lab, Nacho, waiting at the edge of the curb. From their right side, we see the two walking down a sidewalk on a warm spring day. Nacho stands tall as he looks down the path they're about to walk down. Jim smiles at the camera as he takes a break and Nacho lays between his feet. Jim and Nacho walk confidently down the path, having just come around the cones. Congratulations, Nacho's racers, Scott Diskin and the Previtt family. Next, we have Jessie and her yellow lab, Elwood, walking in a rural area. We see Jessie and Elwood looking straight towards us as they come down the escalator. Jessie and Elwood pause to look at the camera as they stop at the entrance of a covered bridge. On a chilly spring day, Jessie takes a break sitting on a large rock while Elwood sits in front. Having just stepped up onto the curb, Elwood turns back and looks up at Jessie. Congratulations, Elwood's racers, Dana Matheny and Ann Anala. Now we have Jill and her black lab, Quantum, walking towards us on a long sidewalk. From their right, we see Jill and Quantum walking down the sidewalk past a storefront. Quantum leads Jill up a residential path with grass on each side. From their right side, we see Jill and Quantum walking down a residential street on a warm day. Jill and Quantum sit in front of a brick building and smile for the camera. Congratulations, Quantum's racers, Morgan Kellebrew and Bobby and Jim Havel. Here we have Cassandra and her black lab, Kingsley, walking through a white painted crosswalk. As Cassie and Kingsley walk down the path, we see two large orange cones to their left. Here Cassie and Kingsley pause at the entrance to the White Plains facility. As the new team walks down the pavement towards us, we see cars on a busy street behind them. We see reflective building windows to their left as Cassie and Kingsley walk down a city street. Congratulations, Kingsley's Racers, Cecilia and Lori Nutting. Next, we have Kevin and his yellow lab, Aura, walking through a brick crosswalk in a busy city intersection. Aura waits attentively as the two are about to enter the side door of the Guiding Eyes van. From a point at the top of a ramp, we see Kevin and Aura walking towards us. Kevin and Aura confidently walk down the street with cars and telephone poles to their left. Aura leads Kevin down the hallway of the Guiding Eyes dormitory. Congratulations to Aura's Razor, Jack Ficardi. Here we see Maria and Yami, her black lab, walking on a paved area. Maria and Yami navigate through the furniture aisle of a large store. Yami cooperates by laying on the rug while Maria puts on her protective booties. Yami waits for Maria patiently at the self-serve checkout. Maria sits on the hearth of the fireplace and pats Yami, who lays in front of her. Congratulations, Yami's Razor, Wendy Collier. We see Miriam and her yellow lab, Illa, walking towards us on a city street with reflective windows to their right.
Class supervisor. I'd like to go ahead and introduce the graduating class of April 2018. From Baker City, Oregon, we have James Rayborn with guide dog Fletcher. From Anderson, Indiana, we have Cassie Lemons and guide dog Kingsley. Excellent. From Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, we have Nancy Finvick with guide dog Hyde. From Carbondale, Colorado, we have Jim Stokes with guide dog Nacho. Beautiful. All the way from Poughkeepsie, New York, we have our local graduate, Jimmy Kriz, with guide dog Pete. Yeah. From Millsboro, Delaware, we have Jasmine Castaneda with guide dog Lenny. Very nice. Next, from Evansville, Indiana, we have Angel Dockham with her guide dog Nola. And from St. Paul, Minnesota, we have Shelly Christner and guide dog Rusty. From West Allis, Wisconsin, we have April Havey with guide dog Kava. Very good. From Galesburg, Illinois, Kevin Stone with his guide dog Aura. From San Diego, California, we have Miriam Krieger with guide dog Illa. And from Nantiglow, Pennsylvania, we have David Caldwell with his guide dog Jiff. I would also like to take a moment and recognize 3 more graduates this month. We had 3 separate home trainings that also took place. Jessica Brennan and guide dog Elwood in Springfield, New Hampshire. Jill Peterson with guide dog Quantum in Atlanta, Georgia. And Maria Dykman and guide dog Yami in Jacksonville, Florida. Our home training program, it benefits those people who are still very capable of learning to work with a guide dog, but for one extenuating circumstance or another, they can't come to our facility here in Yorktown Heights. So we will bring the dog to them in their home area and train them individually. So that's one more service. Oh, and one of those was a special needs home training. So our special needs program is designated to help people who have additional challenges on top of being visually impaired. This month's home trainings were completed by Graham Buck, who's our Assistant Director of Training, Chrissy Vetrano, who's a home training instructor, and Julie Engel, who's a special needs instructor. So welcome, everyone. At this point in the program, I'd like to introduce Board Chair Wendy Agoletti.
Thank you, Miranda. Good afternoon and welcome. I am Wendy Aglietti, Chair of the Guiding Eyes Board of Directors. I proudly convey congratulations to all of the graduates on behalf of the board. This is a large class. What more could we ask for? Our job as board members is to efficiently fulfill the mission, and this is proof that everyone involved from start to finish is to be commended. We all know that dogs thrive on love and attention and food. But maybe not all of you here have had an opportunity yet to recognize that a lot of dogs also thrive on having a purpose, a job. The dogs behind me are truly representative of that fact. We are privileged here at Guiding Eyes to initiate a lifelong partnership between the guide and the guided. We see every day not only how well our dogs do their jobs, but how content they are doing their jobs. After lunching and speaking with the graduates yesterday, I am so pleased that you are all going home bonded and happy. The board strives to govern the organization to sustain these exact successful partnerships, but our diligence is only the foundation. Our staff, volunteers, and donors take this organization to the culmination, this magical event today. Thank you to all staff, volunteers, and donors that have had an imprint on these teams behind me. Many of our puppy raisers are here today to see their charges graduate. I had an opportunity to join a toast to their volunteerism and successes earlier this afternoon. One of our raisers, April Crazen, who is also a member of the Civil Air Patrol, made remarks about her raising experiences and made a beautiful toast celebrating the raisers of these graduating dogs. I want to thank her for her remarks. And April, can you stand and give a wave? Witnessing her words and watching the other puppy raisers in the room gave me an even grander appreciation for what you all do. I could talk to you about Guiding Eyes for hours and hours, as I sometimes do, but I'll spare you and let you learn from our other speakers as the graduation proceeds. So now it's my honor to bring the next person to the podium. For the past 4 years, the board has been incredibly fortunate to have him not only embrace our vision, but also contribute his own incredible and insightful ideas to this organization. Tom Panic, I welcome you and your guide dog, Gus, to the podium.
Welcome everyone to Guiding Eyes on this beautiful day. I'm officially never wearing a coat again. My mom is in the audience. I almost didn't get out the door without a coat, but I still managed. So thank you, Wendy, for those kind words. You know, as president and chief executive officer of this organization, I need guidance too. And Wendy has been a supporter, as well as the whole board of directors, in helping us achieve our long-range objective. And 4 years ago, when we set that long-range objective, it was really very simple. We wanted to fill every single room in this organization, and we've done that thanks to all of your help. So warm round of applause for all the work that went into doing that. And along the way, we couldn't have done it with our volunteers. For every staff member that Guiding Eyes has as an employee, we have 10 committed and dedicated volunteers like yourselves that help us achieve our mission. And this being the last day of National Volunteer Week, my heart goes out to all the volunteers, you the raisers, the stud fosters, the brood fosters, as well as those who home socialize puppies, and all of you that make a difference, whether it's an administrative volunteer or just helping someone along the way. That's part of Guiding Eyes. So I want to thank you for that. Now we have a special treat for those of you who have already seen this. I'm sure you'll appreciate watching it again. And for the students, we have an audio described video, a very super cute video. I can't beat this really. Thanking you, the volunteers. So Greg out in the back there will cue it up for us now.
From all of us at Guiding Eyes for the Blind, please stay tuned for an important message. We see a pan of kibble. Puppies rush in to gobble it up. Revealing the words thank you. To all of our incredible volunteers, we appreciate everything you do to help us fulfill our mission of providing exceptional guide dogs to people with vision loss. We couldn't do it without you. Happy National Volunteer Week from your friends at Guiding Eyes.
So thank you so much for everybody's hard work. They do start out as puppies, right, Maria? And our entire effort and mission is to get our dogs to where they are today, and that's with you, the graduates. And I'm so proud of the courage, the determination and the decision that you made to have a Guiding Eyes dog at your feet today. Congratulations for all the hard work that you've done for the past 3 weeks to get up here on the stage. We'll hear a little bit from Cassie and Marion in a few minutes about their graduate experience. PD has already made the rounds, right, Jim? That was quite something. I think if the board's looking for our next CEO, they got PD available, right? So, I'd also like to thank our donors. Ultimately, we couldn't fulfill our mission without our supporters. And so I'd like to thank 3 organizations that helped sponsor us today. A couple of more as well that are supporting us. The first, if you're from the Cornell University Club, please stand up, and a warm round of applause for you. I think the Cornell Club has now raised 20 Guiding Eyes dogs, which is fantastic. So, and also, if you are from the University of Rhode Island, thank you for your sponsorship. Please stand up as well. Thank you to URI. 15 dogs and 5 in service. So that matches Cornell. Come on, guys. That's fantastic. A little bit of a rivalry. It's fantastic. We also have a friend of my family's, Heather Trevetti with the Brownie Troops, our future volunteers. If you're with the Brownie Troop, Heather and the Brownies, please stand up for a warm round of applause. Thank you so much. And I'd like to also extend a deep, heartfelt thanks to Cleveland East for the recognition and memory of Zachary St. Jean and the family. We're just so honored that you came today and that your heart is in hide in giving someone independence and freedom. So we're very grateful to everyone from the Cleveland East region. A warm round of applause to Cleveland East. Thank you. We also have an author that has written a book, Follow Your Dog. If anybody wants to pick up a copy of that book, Ann Chiappetta, a friend, is going to autograph that book for you. Please support Ann in her efforts. A beautiful story that I've read about her experience with her guide dog. So warm round of applause for Ann and her efforts. You know, we all have people that make a difference in our lives. And for many of us, Guiding Eyes has been that incredible difference in the volunteers that have raised our dogs for us. There are some exceptional people that every once in a while we bump into that would allow us to go to the next level in achieving our goals, whatever they might be. And there's one very special person in the room today that I haven't had an opportunity to recognize in past graduations. This person was a volunteer for me. I'm a runner, and volunteered his time to come and run with me, even though I couldn't navigate on my own, and ran hundreds of miles with me to prepare me for my efforts in achieving my life's goals. And since then, this individual has come on staff here at Guiding Eyes for the Blind and helped support our Running Guides program and has helped with the graduation of Nacho, the running guide today. So please give me a warm round of applause for Nick Speranza, our Running Guide specialist. Thank you, Nick. Finally, I get an opportunity to tell a little story. I'm going to tell a very little story here shortly. As Wendy said, all of our dogs love to have a job. And I know this because in my house we have 2 dogs. One that has a real job. His name is Gus. And Gus knows his job. He navigates safely and helps me get around no matter where I want to go independently, keeping me out of harm's way. The other dog I have at home doesn't really know what his job is. He's a pet. Some mornings he thinks his job is finishing the Cheerios. Other mornings he thinks it's eating my mom's lasagna off the counter. And other days when I come home from a trip, he manages to open my suitcase, take out any remaining kibble that I have inside left over from Gus, and eats through my pockets and my clothes. And I love him, and he's a wonderful dog, and he's a family pet, and he's a good boy. But I think Wendy is right when she said our dogs love to have a job. And what's so special about Guiding Eyes is that we give our dogs what I think is the most important job in the world, and that's leading students who are visually impaired through their adventures in life. And that's our mission, and I thank you all for helping us support that mission. Finally, I'd like to introduce someone else that makes that training possible, because without the trainers that are here, we are not able to do the work that we do. Training a guide dog is a master craft, and we truly have the best in the world here at Guiding Eyes for the Blind. I know that because as I travel the world, they all ask for our best practices, and they learn from us and what we do here today. So I'd like to invite an individual to the podium here today to be able to speak a little bit more about the puppy raising and a little bit more about what he does in the training department. Now, interestingly enough, we are often told that Guiding Eyes is a family. So before I introduce Gerald, I'd like to say his spouse is also our Chief Veterinary Officer, Beth Brenningmeyer. But with that, Master Trainer and our Director of Canine Development Programs, Gerald Brenningmeyer. Thank you. How are you, Gerald?
Thank you, Tom.
Got it. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for giving me an opportunity to address you and the graduating class of April 2018. As Tom mentioned, here at the training school, I'm one of the training supervisors, and I get the opportunity to work with many of our apprentice instructors. But I also get to work with our puppy program along with Carrie Lemerise. We make sure that there's a good flow from puppy program to our training school. So the dogs have a nice transition, and we're all working towards that common goal. Kathy Zabricki, our vice president, wasn't able to be here today, but she sends her best to all of you. In preparing for this moment, I tried to reflect on what does it mean to be a graduate from Guiding Eyes and what does it mean to be part of the Guiding Eyes team. While I was thinking about this, I also happened to be looking up quotes by Vince Lombardi for my son, who's here today, who loves football but wants to be perfect right away. I was busy explaining the quotes to him, and it turns out so many are fitting for an occasion like today, but one stood out. Individual commitment to a group effort. That is what makes a team work, a company work, a society work, a civilization work. After reading this quote, I'm fairly convinced Lombardi must have snuck away from his coaching career in Green Bay in the 60s to come to one of our Guiding Eyes graduations. He saw a room full of committed individuals like we have here today that decided to make a difference by being part of a group effort to create a team. Everyone here and others who couldn't be here today all played a significant role in creating this team. The time, energy, and sacrifice that everyone has made is amazing, and I just want to say thank you for your individual commitment to this group effort. But Lombardi wasn't really talking to the whole group. Maybe he was just talking to you, the graduates. Your commitment to your dog, that is what will help you become a successful team. You all came here with the hopes of getting a new partner to help safely guide you in your home areas. For 3 weeks, besides having fun, sharing stories, experiences, and meals, you are getting instruction on how to handle and communicate with your new partner. All that hard work is what allowed you to get here today to graduation. As you move forward and face new challenges in your home areas, remember to use all the advice and skills you've learned from your instructors. You will continue to hear the voices of Miranda, Karen, Allie, and Deanna while walking down Main Street in your hometowns. Your continued hard work and, of course, a healthy dose of play with your guide, that is what will allow you to become a successful team in the long run. You and your guide will continue to learn from each other every day. A dog's training or learning never stops, and neither will yours. Please remember we are here to support you on this next and exciting step. Whether it is in 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, learning to be a guide dog handler can be a lifelong endeavor, so we offer lifelong support. Thank you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you all. At this point in the program, it is my pleasure to introduce our first graduate speaker, Miriam Krieger. Yep. Sorry. You could just put her in it. Perfect. Okay.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for coming to join us this afternoon for this graduation. My experience here at Guiding Eyes has been wonderful. I would like to thank everybody for coming, our wonderful instructors, the staff, the guests, the volunteer puppy raisers, and everybody who made this possible, our supporters, and everybody who came together to make this all possible. I've been visually impaired my whole life, and I've never felt truly comfortable using my white cane because I've always felt that people would look at me differently and they would just not know how to respond when they met me. I remember the first day that I met Illa on the first Wednesday of class. I remember that the first time that we took our first walk together, I knew from that day that things were going to change for the better. With her, I'm able to walk much faster and not have to worry about every little crack in the sidewalk or overhanging obstacles. She will accompany me to work as well as my various volunteer activities, and she will also join me for my private voice lessons. Although I was somewhat independent with my cane, with Illa, I will gain even more independence and a real sense of safety and freedom that has just never been possible with a cane. Now I'm able to walk down the street with my head held high instead of looking down at my feet all the time. Excuse me one moment. Once again, I would like to thank everybody at Guiding Eyes for the Blind for giving me this wonderful opportunity to meet my wonderful guide dog. I'm sorry. After using a cane for several years, I can say... Well, apparently she has something to say as well. After using a cane for several years, I can safely say that switching from a cane to a guide dog was definitely the right choice. Thank you, everybody.
Do you want to? Sorry. Our next graduate speaker is Cassie Lemons. So much technology.
Good afternoon, staff, fellow graduates, puppy raisers, sponsors, and guests. This afternoon, as we gather to celebrate our journey, as we gather in this great hall of many memories, let's think back to day one. For this class, it started pretty rocky. With the weather that showed up in the New York sky, most of us were very much delayed in traveling to Guiding Eyes. Although some of us arrived very late, and even though as frustrating as it was, we will look back 5 years from now and laugh about the fog and the snow that appeared in the New York sky. Now, skip ahead. A few days later, Name Day, also known as Dog Day. That day marked the new chapter in this class' lives, in particular from moving from one dog to another, or from getting their first dog. I may be a first-time graduate of Guiding Eyes, and my experience has been by far an amazing one. And I don't think I could come up with any other words to express my experience here. I have only worked my first dog for approximately 3 years, and due to health issues, she retired. And that was the first of many firsts for me, but my second to meeting Kingsley. Kingsley's in my first walk was rocky, and the trust wasn't quite there yet. Then, as time progressed in training, we became closer and closer. Now we are a team. Not yet well oiled, but a team. Each of us in this class has learned at least one new skill that will make us better as a better team, and in any particular way. A way to work and improve on the skills that our wonderful trainers have given us, from how to teach our dogs, to how to work together, to how to learn from our mistakes, and to how to fix them. The power of a well-oiled working dog team is something you don't just realize at the top of your head. It's more like a gradual notice of becoming one. And to become one, we must work together and continue to maintain vigilance and maintain the skills that our techniques that our trainers have given us. Each of us has come into this class with small and big dreams, like walking to the nearest Starbucks and back, or from getting to class or work independently and safely. And as we go forth and do our small and big dreams, our new partners will be right at our left side to lead us safely in the right direction towards our goal or destination. Now, class, I address and challenge you. You and your new partner can now ultimately take a big trip and visit the Great Wall of China, or take that big cruise that you've always dreamed of. You just might surprise yourself. Each of us have gained new skills that will teach us to become better. And finally, I wish each and every one of my classmates to not only dream small or big, but to dream huge. Follow your heart and follow the path even though there may be obstacles ahead, and to gain a bigger and wider outlook on life and journey afar. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. That was quite nice. At this point, I'd like to introduce Maria Lazaro, who's the Director of Operations at our Patterson campus.
Hello, everyone. As I look at all these beautiful dogs lying up here, I always like to say, I knew them when they were just a gleam in their daddy's eye. And now seeing them all grown up doing what they're meant to do fills us with so much pride and love for them. So on behalf of the Canine Development Center, yes, I'd like to extend a sincere and heartfelt congratulations to the graduating class of April 2018 and your beautiful guiding eyes. It is truly an honor and a pleasure to share this day with you all. Thank you. The journey of a Guiding Eyes puppy is a long one, and it doesn't happen without our dedicated staff, generous donors, and our team of over 1,500 volunteers. These include our brood stud foster families, our home socializers, our early socializers, home litter care families, our volunteers, both administrative and kennel in Patterson and Yorktown, our puppy sitters, our regional coordinators, helpers, kennel, and our tour leaders, drivers, and ambassadors. And they say it takes a village to raise a child. But now I want to thank a very special group of people, our puppy raisers. These wonderful people take these beautiful little puppies into their homes when they're 8 weeks old. They love them. They train with them. They play with them. They stay up with them when they're sick at night. And then they give the ultimate gift. They give them up so they can do what they're meant to do. So while I say it's the hardest job at Guiding Eyes, it's also the most rewarding. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It doesn't happen without you. And I just want to give one quick shout out to the Canine Development Center staff. This includes our genetics department, the whelping kennel, the breeding kennel, the home socialization program, the vet staff, and the puppy program. They work really, really hard to give these puppies the best possible start they can. So thank you guys, too. And now, I'd like to present our puppy raisers with their certificates and photos. If you could have one member of your family come up when I call your name. We'll start with Jack Ficardi, Finger Lakes region, raiser of Guiding Eyes Aura. Congratulations. The McNulty family from Lower Westchester, raiser of Guiding Eyes Fletcher. And they also foster Ogden, his father. Congratulations. Megan St. Jean and Zachary St. Jean, Cleveland East, raiser of Guiding Eyes Hyde, and forever in our hearts, Zachary. Thank you. Mr. Owen Walsh from Montgomery, Maryland, and he could not be with us today. Megan Chapin from Cleveland East, raised 6 puppies for us. Donna M. Dirks from Wayne County. Donna could not be with us today. Paul and Cindy Swift, Wayne County, raiser of 30 puppies. Congratulations. And raisers of Guiding Eyes Illa. Susan and Lorenzo Bacciarelli from Cleveland East, raiser of Guiding Eyes Jiff. They have raised 12 puppies for us. Congratulations. Becky Briggs, Delmarva, who has raised 5 puppies for us. The Clark family from Bay. They could not be with us today. And Barbara Keys from Delmarva, raiser of Guiding Eyes Cava. Cecilia and Lori Nutting from Dutchess, New York, raisers of Guiding Eyes Kingsley. Congratulations. April Crayson from Northern Connecticut, raiser of Guiding Eyes Lenny. Congratulations. Scott Diskin from Dutchess, New York, and Scott's not with us today. The Previtt family from Southwest Connecticut, raisers of 6 puppies. Raisers of Guiding Eyes Nacho, congratulations. The Boy family from Monroe, raisers of 11 puppies. Raisers of Guiding Eyes Nola, congratulations. The Katie Cox family, Cleveland East. This is their first puppy, raiser of Guiding Eyes Pete, congratulations. Becky and Steve Chamberlain from Maine, and they could not be with us today. Raisers of Guiding Eyes Rusty. Under home training, I'd like to congratulate Dana Matheny and Ann Anala. They have raised 6 puppies, and they raised Guiding Eyes Elwood. Bobby and Jim Havel from Montgomery, and Morgan Killebrew from Montgomery, raisers of Guiding Eyes Quantum. Congratulations. And Wendy Collier from Erie, New York, raiser of Guiding Eyes Yammy. Congratulations, everyone. And now we like to say here, from small beginnings come great things. And I'd like to introduce future Guiding Eyes, the lovely Lark and Misty. Lark and Misty will be available for autographs in the groom room at the end of graduation. And if you'd like to volunteer and join our family, we would love to have you. So these 2 guys are going to their raisers today, and we're very excited, and hopefully we'll see them here at graduation. Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you. Grandma loves you. Grandma loves you. And in closing, I would just like to say, it's a quote that I love for graduation. He is your friend, your partner, your defender, your dog. You are his life, his love, his leader. He will be yours faithful and true to the last beat of his heart. You owe it to him to be worthy of such devotion. May God bless you and keep you all safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. I just want to take a moment and just express to the class how grateful I am for your continued patience. As Cassie mentioned earlier, the start of the class was weather-wise a little uncooperative. In the middle of class, we had to reschedule a few things for other events. And at each turn, each of the individuals in front of you here continued to give their all. This is not an easy process. People are out of their home environments. They're out of their comfort zone. They're learning a new skill, and it's not an easy skill. And there's a long, long scheduled day. Yet every day, I felt like each and every one of the individuals in front of you gave me their all. I also feel like the instructors that worked with these teams did a tremendous job throughout the training, throughout the class experience. Karen, Deanna, Allie, Zoe, our class instructor assistant, and Nick Speranza, our running guide program. You guys were so flexible with the scheduling. I appreciate all of your hard work and your efforts. So at this point, we are going to pass out our certificates. So congratulations are in order for James and Fletcher. Nancy and Hyde. Jimmy and Pete. Angel and Nola. April and Kava. Miriam and Illa. Cassian Kingsley. Stay there because we also have Jim and Nacho. Jasmine and Lenny. Shelly and Rusty. Kevin and Aura. As well as David and Jiff. That's a good suggestion. All right, at this point in the program, I would like to introduce Jennifer Padala, Chief Development Officer. Come on up, Jennifer.
Well, what a great day this is, and the packed house here today is really a testament to a whole community and a whole family coming together to do some amazing things. I want to just quickly give a shout out. I'm the Chief Development Officer, and my job is to make sure that we have the funds necessary to do all this great work. And one of the ways that we raise the fuel for this mission is through our Pathfinder Society. So I'd like to take a moment to remember Marianne Bell, a devoted contributor who passed away a little over a year ago. Marianne loved helping animals and was deeply committed to helping others. Those passions led her to support our work, something she did for many years. Marianne also chose to continue that legacy beyond her lifetime, and I'm honored to share that Marianne's generosity and her generous legacy gift has fully supported 4 guide dog teams. Marianne's niece, Taylor Hannix, is here with us today, so thanks for coming, Taylor. And another happy way to support the Guiding Eyes mission is through our special name program. And we have a special name dog, Rusty, graduating today. And Rusty's special namers, the Nakamura family, is here today. So thanks so much. When you special name a dog, you get updates throughout their puppy raising and training. Maybe some of you puppy raisers have provided those updates. And it's just another great way that we all come together as a community to make a great day like today happen. So I have one last thing to share with you, and I'm super excited about our new Wag-a-thon. Maybe some of you have heard about it. It's a great, fun way to support the work that happens here at Guiding Eyes, and it's something that everyone in the room can be part of. So let's take a minute, Greg, to hear about the Wag-a-thon.
Love your dog. And today, you and your 4-footed friend can take your first step on a new adventure. The Guiding Eyes for the Blind Wag-a-thon, a new challenge for the month of May. Simply walk or jog 26.2 miles over the course of 1 month. That's less than a mile a day, whenever and wherever you want to go. And it's for a great cause, because when you rally your friends and family to donate to your Wag-a-thon, you help train amazing dogs who will help people with vision loss enjoy all of life's adventures. You can get started with 3 easy steps. 1. Use this page to register yourself or start your team and set your fundraising goal. 2. Start fundraising by sending emails, social posts, or by hosting a fundraising event. And 3. Throughout May, post your Wag-a-thon selfies of you and your dog completing the challenge. But wait, there's more. Raise more money, earn more prizes for you and your pup. That's it. So as the weather warms up, step out with your pup and get some exercise. Lace up those shoes, clip on that leash, and work on those summer bodies together. We'll see you in the Wag-a-thon.
So that's the Wagathon. I hope that everyone here will sign up. I will be around after graduation if anyone has any questions. This is our inaugural year, and we want to do it great. We already have 400 people signed up for this, working hard in fundraising. We are over $40,000 raised. I didn't even think we'd start fundraising until we got into May, but it speaks to how fun and easy this is. So I hope that you'll join up. You can get there at guidingeyes.org/Wagathon. You get prizes, you get to get a little spring fitness that we all need, and we're all walking our dogs anyway, so this will be a super fun way to do it. So last announcements, we have our cake reception up in the dining room. Go down to the end of the hall and up the stairs for that. And we will have our potographs that you met those cute puppies. They are also down the hall, turn left for the grooming salon, and you can say hello to our puppies and future guide dogs. And last, we will do a kennel tour. Who is, will you stand up and just, Zoe will do our kennel tour. So look for her by the double doors at about, what time do we think? At about 3 o'clock. So get your cake, pet the puppies, and then come for a kennel tour. And I know, I always say I can know who the puppy raisers are in the audience because you're sitting like this the whole time during graduation. So I know you're excited to meet the graduates and say hello to the puppies that you helped raise, the dogs that you helped raise. I just asked everybody to take a minute to let the graduates get the dog out of harness. You don't all have to meet up here. You can go down the hall and chat, but just take a minute so that the dogs know what they're supposed to do, what they're allowed to do for this happy reunion. So thank you all so much. We couldn't do any of this without you, and enjoy the rest of this beautiful day.